Nice to meet you, Camilla.
It's so nice to meet you. So nice to finally meet you. A big fan of the Instagram.
Oh, thank you so much. I'm so excited to chat with you. And, like the premiere is just around the corner. And so, what does it feel like? You just finished your last season and now you're already going to be ready to watch this one. So, what's that feel like?
Yeah, I would say it is nice having done 48 so soon because I know what the wait's like. Last time I was super antsy. This time I was just like, it's okay. It's almost February. Or like before, I was like, it's almost December. It's almost January. It's almost February. It's finally February. We're less than a week, or we're about to see it soon. I just can't wait for the rest of the world to finally see what happened.
It's amazing. And, like you and Genevieve are officially the first two Canadians to be brought back into play for a second time. And so, like, what does that feel like to be part of your legacy now?
Honestly, there's just so many things about 50 that are huge and that I could have never imagined. Being with Genevieve, an amazing Survivor player, is one thing. A Survivor player that scares the shit out of me is another thing. And also being the first two Canadians to be asked back, I hadn't even realized that was a thing. So that is a huge honor. What I'm still just like, really me? But okay, I'll take it.
It was a huge honor, but you were scared of her because in all your preseason interviews, you were like, only room for one Canadian. So, what was your thought process behind that? Like you were obviously, what was that tension?
Yeah, I mean, we watched 47. She was amazing. And I think a big thing is I hadn't really talked to Genevieve outside of the game. Like I introduced myself to her once, and she's just maybe it's her height. Something about her scared me. And so I was just very scared to be around her. She seems very threatening. But we'll see how it all plays out on 50.
For sure. And okay, if there was room for another Canadian, though, if there was room for a third, who would you invite back and
I
why?
loved Marianne.
Okay.
I would have loved to see her play again. I hope she gets asked back. In my pregame press for 48, actually, I wanted to like model sort of my game around her.
Right.
And so I'd love to see her come back. Also, she's a big gamer, big fan.
So not to compete against, just to, come
just
back.
to, just to come back. I don't
Right.
want to honestly. I don't want to be competing against Canadians. Put me against Americans. Canadians are too good at Survivor.
Well, that's what my next question was, is like, what about Canadians do you feel like has such a big impact on the game? Why are they so good at playing Survivor?
I think I actually was asked this question for 48, and I think a big part of it, I could be wrong, um, at least, from living in America for the past 10 years, I feel like Canadians or Americans tend to have more of an individualistic mindset, whereas Canadians are more like community focused and more communal society. And I think that's a big thing because Survivor is, I mean, yeah, you do have to look out for yourself, but if you don't have that base level of community down, people are going to want you out. And I think
Right.
Canadians have that.
That's true. I agree. Um, well, part of your strategy also that you were talking about was maybe targeting some of the puzzlers that were on the season with you, and like that was part of the reason why you were targeting Genevieve too, is her puzzling skills. And so, what were you thinking as far as like trying to not let it backfire on you? Because if people also had the same strategy of trying to be the last puzzler, how are you going to try and maneuver around that?
Well, to the non-puzzlers, I'll say we need to get out the puzzlers. I'm gonna go full David Kinney and be like, we don't need these filthy puzzlers around. And to the puzzlers, I'll say, no, guys, we need to stick together because they don't want the puzzlers. And will I get caught in my lies? Who knows? I didn't get caught in them in 50, so maybe I'll be able to. I didn't get caught in them in 48, so maybe I'll be able to stay out of them.
Yeah, we'll see. All right. Well, speaking of 48, your journey a lot on 48 was overcoming a lot of like the expectations of yourself and then being a beast where you thought maybe you weren't going to be. And then like playing that up, trying to lower the threat level a little bit. And so were you going into 50 feeling like you were fully realized, or were you trying to also see like maybe there's some more growth to be had there?
I think there was still definitely some amount of growth because I do remember going through the entire 50 process and constantly being like, why me? I don't get it. Why me? It doesn't make sense. And then showing up on the beach, part of me was like, what if I see like Coach and Sari and Rob and Sandra? It won't make sense. And then I got there and I'm like, hey, you know what? They asked everyone for a reason. So I think there was room. There's definitely some growth at the beginning of 50. ramping up to 50, interviewing for 50, and even on 50 itself. So we'll see how that plays out.
Absolutely. No, it's all part of the process. Like all of that to go through is a game within a game, right? So I can't imagine, but yeah, that's great. And also like part of your growth was like the season itself, 48 was kind of there was a debate about loyalty versus deception, but you were one of the people who actually used both to your advantage. And so that also like writing the story of that season, were you like how are you hoping to showcase more of those abilities now that you have people around you that maybe would play more fluidly or play a more strategic game?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing that I'll have to showcase is that I honestly believe that I was the most honest and loyal person on 48. I stuck with Kyle to the end, never
Mhm.
even thought of backstabbing him at any point. And I just need to play that up to everyone around me because what everyone is looking for in an alliance member or even a number one is someone who is going to stick with you to the end and they want to be able to blindside you before you blindside them. And I have proven that I just won't make a move. And so I need to play that up for everyone.
Right. Well, and you wanted to shift the perception you talked about, right? From being someone who almost won in a sweep to being someone who, is that loyalty and can be loyal to an alliance that way. And so, were there anyone on the cast once you saw them that you were like, oh, this is really going to work on them? Or were there somewhere like, oh, I don't know if that's going to, work on them. They know me too well. What was your thought process there?
I mean, obviously Joe and Kyle, they know me too well. They know what I'm capable of.
Hmm.
Um, but in my head at the time, I was thinking, hey, maybe some of these old school players didn't watch 48. I was just hoping that people didn't watch 48. Unfortunately, the finale of 48 aired a week before we filmed 50. So the
Right.
odds were kind of low. It was a really bad episode for everyone to see right before flying out, I would say. But yeah, I was hoping, maybe I could work with some of the old schoolers and see maybe, they appreciate and value that honesty more than new era players. We'll see how that plays out.
Well, and one of those people is your favorite player coach, right? And so, coach is known for being like this huge personality and having that loyalty and those alliances as well. But you're also a fan of him because he's chaotic and he has so much personality to him. And you're also a fan, obviously, of Philip and Debbie for the same reason. Were there anything from that style of player that you kind of wanted to use to your advantage in the game?
Um, I would say those are the type of people I'd love to keep around in hopes that other people's lives are made maybe a little bit worse because I could stand it. I'm fine.
Right.
I have no problem dealing with that type of thing. I don't think I would embody any of that in my play style. That's definitely not how I want to play, but it's what I enjoy watching.
Right. So you have a game, you're watching Survivor while you're on Survivor. You have an
Exactly.
entertainment
I want
around.
to,
Yeah.
yes, I need some entertainment while I'm out there. I don't want to just sit in the sand all day and think about when the next challenge is going to be. And then like fake small talk and talk
Right.
about what car do you drive? How do you like your steak? I don't want any of that.
It's like having an improv show like
Yeah.
all the time. It's
Yes.
amazing. Yeah. Okay, before I let you go, I wanted to play a quick lightning round game that's kind of like our own fan vote in a
Okay.
way. I'm calling it Torch It or Keep It. So I'm going to give you items of the different twists or elements of the game over the years, and I want you, without giving any additional information, do you want to torch it, mean get rid of it, you never want to see it again, or you want to keep it and you're like, okay, keep it in the cycle, bring it back in the future.
Okay. This
Okay?
is fun.
All right. So the first one is vote steals and block of votes.
Keep it.
Torch it or keep it? Keep it. Okay. Journeys.
Keep it.
Knowledge is power.
Torch it.
Final four fire making.
Keep it.
Ooh. Idle nullifier.
Keep it.
Final twos instead of final threes.
Keep it.
Exile Island
Torch it.
and beware advantages.
Torch it.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Camilla. I really appreciate it. So nice chatting with you, and I'm excited to root for you.
Thank you so much,
Again,
Ari. Also, I love the buff you have on right now.
I have to represent. I got you. Amazing. Thank you so much again.
Awesome. Thank you.